guys, I thought with all the NFL games coming on tomorrow and you're sitting around, I said, hey, let's make something different. So why not make a Tomatillo Touchdown Dip? This will be great to be used with your chips. It's going to be something bold and different than that regular off the shelf stuff. So if you show up with this or use it at your own home, you're going to break out with some bold, fresh flavors, and you can add a little heat just to kick it up. So let's get started. So what do you need to make this dip? You need about 3 or 4 tomatillos, some cilantro, jalapeno, a big avocado, garlic, onion, salt, and pepper. And I'm telling you, remember this. You are ready to go with just those few ingredients. Oh, plus, I forgot, the juice of 1 lime, and that's it. Alright guys, let's get started here. Let's tear off the head of this cilantro. And remember, don't get freaked out about cilantro stems. I heard this one chef say on all the TV shows I watch that all cilantro tastes the same. So the stems are going to taste the same as the leaves once you blend them up. Now blend them up good, but you won't have that. You won't have any kind of stemmy taste. All right, next, let's get the tomatillos peeled. You just want to get that husk off of them. Just like anything, they look like tomatoes, but they're not tomatoes. No need for me to become an ag major. I'm a comp sci major from J-State, so I'm just going to tell you, go Wikipedia if you want to learn the whole history of them. But just basically peel them, get the husk off. Like anything, you don't want that little paper turning up in your dip, even though it wouldn't be any problem. All right, one other nice thing about this dip is that you can make this anywhere between overnight, 1 or 2 hours before the kickoff, and if you get it down pat, you probably could pull this off in about 15 minutes before kickoff. But it's so simple and it's so fresh. Now once you get them, let's take them over and rinse off that little sticky. They're gonna be a little sticky feeling. You probably could do that, but everybody always says, after you get the little husk, rinse them off. So let's rinse them off. Let's come back, and now we're gonna quarter them, half of them or quarter them, whatever size you need to fit into the device you're using for to make the dip. Now I like using my Ninja. You can use a food processor. Either one will do the same. You can blend it to the thickness level that you want, and that's another thing. If you like it really, really chunky, then don't use. I use about a half of an onion. You might want to just use a quarter of an onion because that's where you get some water from. You might want to just use half of a lime or lemon, but you get a feel for it. Even if you make it water, it's no problem. Now let's pack that cilantro in on top. Okay, we're gonna push it down in there good. Let's go on and get that garlic in there. You can always omit that. And let's get that good old feeling of salt. Don't use a lot, just enough for seasoning. Now let's get that jalapeno in there for our heat. And you can go serranos. You can walk up the scale of all the peppers. Let's get that lime juice in there. You can always use lemon juice. And like I said, always limit it if you want some of it cut back. All right, so let's get that in there. And of course, you need a little liquid, especially if you're using a bullet or a Ninja, just because you need that to create that heat. All right, let's get this top on and let's blend it. And before we put the avocado in it, we're going to want to knock it down a little bit. Yes, so we're getting the top on here. Let's get ready to screw it on tight. You don't want no disaster. Green salsa going everywhere, green dip going everywhere. All right, screw it on. And let me adjust my drone just a little bit. All right, let's come over here. I always like the pulse. Tap it down. All right. So let's, start blending. And, if it doesn't liquefy, So here's what you do. Sometimes even I mess up. Who doesn't mess up? That's the fun thing about it. So I forget. I probably should have put my tomatillos at the bottom so that that liquid for them would turn first and and then pull the cilantro down. But hey, quick remedy: pull some of that cilantro up from the bottom. I mean, pull some of the tomatillo up from the bottom. Push the cilantro back down. Let's try it again. It's always fun to see what happens. All right, drone is still flying over there. All right, so here we go. Tap down again. All right, this time. Start, and there it goes. Whew, man. So once it gets in there, there's no problem. So check it out. Good liquid. Tap it back down. Now let's add the star of the show. See? It would right now. You guess what you got? You got salsa verde. So it wouldn't even be a problem. So put the onion in there. And you only do that just so because it's so stuffed that you can put them in a little at a time. You probably could do the tomatillos, then add the cilantro, then do the onion, and then the avocado. But if you do it this way, it just gives you a little bit more time to. I've done it that way before, but I kind of like blending each one a little bit more at its own level because then it guarantees you that you get the flavor without the bits. But if you like it chunky, go for it. Now, once again, now the star of the show, the avocado. Here it goes. Might be a little full. Don't panic. Don't panic. You'll learn how much to use for your device. You can always do 2 small avocados and then decide. I just happen to know that my unit can handle 1 big avocado, half an onion, and cilantro, and 3 to 4 tomatillos. All right, so you blend it up again. This time it's coming out smooth. And, just watch it, eyeball it. All right, there it is. Now we've got the dip. So let's move the drone over a little bit. I don't want you to miss it. And check it out. There it is. It just pours right in. And when I tell you that is some good, fresh dip, tomatillo dip, it is perfect. Look, it just get you a good pita chip. Watch it. It's not runny, but it's not too thick. Delish. I'm telling you guys, you just don't know what you are missing. This is better than anything you can get off the store shelf. Now, watch. I'm going to use my drone to blow my stuff away so I can clean up even easier. Now, let's fly it overhead. Let's get it in close, tight shot. Move it around. View it right above it so we can see how it's looking. Just for that good old nerdy tech fake. There it is. Blow the tomatillo hulls away. Let's zoom around. Let's get a better look at it. Let's come down. Quick. You see how quick this was? I'm having more time flying my drone and playing around than it took to actually make this. And we can come in, kind of play around with it, just to show you the chip is even though it's definitely not crazy liquidy, but it's also thick enough that the chip can stand up in there. Look at that big scoop. Look, stays on the chip. I mean, what more can you say? That's just perfect. Stays on the chip. I can just eat this all day long. I'm telling you, you break this out. All right, guys, let's go over to the fridge, get a cold one. Nothing like seeing them. And then coming back, let's pop this top. Let's get a chip. And wait for it. Chip. Swig of beer. Doesn't get any better. Only if your favorite team made the playoffs. That's it. Talk to you guys later. Bye.